Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube challenge. I'm calling 7 days to build that business. I am showing up here every day for 7 days, and we're going to be talking about all of the sales and marketing steps that you need to take in your business at the very beginning. A lot of people forget some of these or don't do it until way later. So even if you are not just starting out the business, these are going to help you greatly. So I highly recommend that you stick around. If you are interested, please download the 7-day checklist down below. It's going to help keep you organized and map out the rest of the week. Here's a quick summary to help get you started. Day 1, we already covered creating the business idea, creating the brand identity, and getting our tone and voice squared away. Today, we are talking business models, and we're going to decide on what revenue streams we want to tackle in the first 3 months to 12 months of this business. Day 3, it's all about creating a lead generation funnel so that you have some consistent leads to start talking to. Day 4, we're mapping out the full customer journey so that we can really see the story of what our customers are doing. Day 5, we're creating a sales process. This is the entire process from creating a sales pitch to closing the business. Day 6, we're creating a whole 90-day content marketing strategy and plan so that you're able to not spend all of your time content creating. In day 7, it's all about the software and the tools that you're going to need so that you can manage the day-to-day of the business. Comment down below if there are any other pieces of advice that you have from your own business experience that you'd like to share so we can all grow and succeed together. So let's jump into today's video and get to the fun stuff. Today, we're going to cover 3 important topics. Number 1 is revenue streams. Number 2 is how the business makes money. And number 3 is what is your MVP, minimum viable product. So what are the revenue streams? So I want you to break it down into something that's really easy to do now, a 3-month, 6-month, 1-year plan, as well as things that you could potentially do in the future, okay? So we're not stressing about those, but we do want to keep those in mind so that we can try to grow towards that. Here are some questions I need you to answer for yourself and your business. Are you selling a product or a service? Are you selling something that is physical, a one-time product, or is it something where you're working with a company or a person? Are you B2B or B2C? So B2B stands for business to business. It's where you are working with businesses that sell to other businesses. Or B2C is you're working with businesses that are selling to consumers. Or maybe you're just direct to consumer, where maybe you're creating an e-commerce store or a boutique or something where you are selling a product directly to a person. Will you be selling one-offs or subscriptions or retainers? In my line of work, you could do both. You could create a product, or you can also create a service that's ongoing, like a retainer, and every month the monthly recurring revenue is coming in. Will you be working through partnerships, or are you doing direct sales? Like, is your money coming from building a relationship with someone and making a collaboration and that person is selling it? Or are you going to be selling directly to people? And as you get more into your business, you're going to start to see what are some other options that I could think of. Maybe it's through advertising, maybe it's through creating digital products or done for you services, things like that. If it's something that's so daunting, like creating a physical product, and now you're going to have to go out and find manufacturers when you could literally do one-on-one coaching with someone, those are the things I want you to think about at this stage. Number 2, I want you to think about how the business is going to make money from start to finish. What would that look like? For me and a marketing agency, it's going to look like I work with a client, and when the client comes to me, we're going to talk about the needs that they have, the goals, the challenges, and I'm going to go and create strategy. And then on the back end, I'm going to have to set up systems for content creation or ads or whatever the method is that we're going to use. So for me, it does look like here's the business, here's me, and then here are the people that I'm working with. I'm the through point to the client. That may not look like what your business looks like. Your model may look a little bit different. Your model may, from the jump, have employees. Or maybe it just means that you're going to be working one-on-one with someone and you're creating everything and you're handing it off to the client. Or if it's an online course, you're working alone. And then you're just really trying to use sales and marketing to get it to all these people. So think about what is the easiest thing that you can do now that doesn't require you to have like a huge learning curve. What is the simplest and most bare bones way that you can make money with this. The last piece of this is the MVP. What is the most simplest version of the product that you're selling? Forget about add-ons or forget about these massive packages. Just think about one thing that you can do and you know you can do really, really well. So that way, when you get a client, especially at the beginning, as you're learning all the steps and trying to figure it all out, because you're gonna be overwhelmed at the beginning, even just something as simple as collecting payment. So how can you really simplify this so that you're not freaking yourself out? Number one is the minimum viable, most basic product that you can sell. For me, that looks like sales strategy and content creation. Also, think about scalability. So as you're creating this minimum viable product, look at future revenue opportunities so that you can ease into them as your business grows, as you have more money. The more money that you bring in, the more that you can invest that money into future projects and really cool add-ons that you can create for clients. For example, in my fitness coaching, I would sell the 3-month package and I would just sell that. I wouldn't be adding all of these recipes and nutrition coaching, and I didn't have an app at the time, like none of that. It was just so super simple, Excel spreadsheet, let's go, let's get in the gym. And once I got a handle on that, I was able to add these cool little features on. After 1 or 2 people of training this way, I found that there's an app that I could plan out all the workouts in. That was really easy to add on to my service, and it made the value even more. But it's not something that you want to just like prepare at the very beginning and dump all of this time and effort into, because you don't even know if you're going to be able to sell, right? So you got to make sure you know how to sell, you feel confident in selling, and then work your way up into other revenue streams or revenue opportunities or features and add-ons to the service that you're already offering. At this stage, you may want to come up with a really, really rough idea of what things will cost, simply because you want to maintain a profit margin even at the very beginning. Because remember, those profits are going to feed back into the business for future growth. You don't have to have this completely mapped out, but it is important that you know how much is it going to be to create that product. Do you have any marketing tools that you're using that are going to cost money that you need to take into account? All of that is going to be really important when it comes to pricing these products out. Look at your industry average and see what the profit margins are within your industry, just so that you can try to maintain that type of control. Because what you don't want to happen is that you work with someone, you charge a price that you think people are willing to pay, and you're undercutting yourself, because then you're going to have to try to scramble and raise your prices, and that would be an awkward conversation if that client comes back around. From the start, you should be really confident in your pricing and not try to lowball it because you think you're new and you need to give your service away for free or anything. I have never done free services, even at the very beginning, which I know people talk about, getting testimonials and case studies and offering free work for that. No. Let's not do that. You want to be confident in your skills. You need to be confident in the strengths that you offer to somebody and how people can benefit from working with you. So, no free content, no free work, no free product. We are giving ourselves a fair shot at this. So price yourself accordingly. How are you going to avoid having these one-off projects where you're constantly scrambling for money? I think that is the number one thing that is such an issue for everyone. There were a lot of personal trainers that were selling packages of like 10 workouts, and then they constantly have to come back to them after 10 workouts and ask for more money. And that means you're constantly having to sell them and prove your value and your worth and why they need to stick around. And that's exhausting, especially if you have like 10 or 15 clients at a time. I always did a 3-month minimum, and that was enough for us to see some kind of results so that could be the selling point to get them to stick around longer. Make sure that you have a way so that you don't have to constantly sell and burn yourself out. And the longer you can keep them around, the more they're going to want to work with you, because the more they see your value, and you'll build that relationship long term so that you can upsell them in different places of the business as you decide what that looks like. So not only do you want to maintain a profit margin, but you want to have a number to hit. Try to figure out what that financial goal looks like for you. For a long-term goal, it's probably going to be that you want to replace your salary that was full-time with this business, so that you can feel confident moving into this full-time and quitting your day job, right? If it's $100,000 a year, once you break that down into a monthly goal that you need to hit, think about how many clients would that look like. And then you'll quickly realize, because if you're a service-based business and you're doing one-to-one, you probably can't take 20 clients at a time with the price point that you have. So I need you to stop and think about that and look at the business model that you have. If you want to charge less, if you think that the service that you're offering should be more affordable, maybe you would do group work where you work with multiple people at a time so that you are not completely burning yourself out from the beginning. Keep in mind that everything that you're putting in there today is going to shift and it's going to change. It's something that's fluid, and you can come back to this at any point and make adjustments as you notice different shifts in the market or different interests that you have and you want to branch into trying and exploring new products. The goal here is to have a really nice picture in our mind of the possibilities, both short-term and long-term, and allow you to comfortably speak about your business, especially so early on, because we're going to be creating our lead funnel, we're going to create our sales pitch. You want to feel confident about what you're delivering out there. And the best way to do that is to keep it stupid simple, right? And make sure that we are not overcomplicating or overwhelming ourselves from the very beginning. So now you've got a small list of revenue streams for right now and for the future. You've also got a really simple business model that doesn't require a million steps. And you have one product that's super simple and straightforward, and you can get this out into the market as soon as possible without overwhelming yourself. If you haven't done so already, please check out the video from yesterday where we talked all about creating the target audience and creating a mission for your brand so that you have a really good story and identity to associate yourself with. And tomorrow, we are going to be talking all about lead generation funnels. We're going to make it really simple because lead generation funnels can be very, very big and crazy and scary, but we're going to make it super simple, super actionable for someone who is completely new to this. I hope to see you there. If there's any questions, concerns, thoughts, advice, tips, leave them down in the comments below. And don't forget to download the checklist on your way out. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow for day 3.